Girl feared to have rare genetic condition. Epidermodysplasia verruciformis, or tree man syndrome, has been known to afflict only a handful of people around the world, all of them male. But now, doctors fear the rare disease has found its first female victim. When bark-like warts began appearing on the girl's face 4 months ago, her father wasn't too concerned. But the growth soon worsened, spreading rapidly across the 10-year-old's nose, ears, and chin. The girl's father is a poor laborer from a village in Bangladesh's rural north, but he was so worried, he took his daughter all the way to the capital Dhaka for treatment. Doctors suspect the young girl has the so-called tree man disease, but are still carrying out tests to confirm the diagnosis. The girl has been admitted to the same hospital that's been providing treatment for this poor guy, known as the Tree Man of Bangladesh. The Tree Man endured 5-kilogram growths on his hands and feet before receiving multiple surgeries for over a year to have them removed completely. Doctors are hopeful that the girl has a milder form of the disease, which they can clear with one surgery. Keep watching for more stories of rare skin conditions. Tree Man no more. It may have taken a year and an insane number of surgeries, but this Bangladeshi man couldn't be happier to finally have his hands and feet back. A rare disease caused lesions to appear on the man's skin at the age of 10. They worsened over time and made it difficult for him to make a living as a rickshaw driver. Soon, bark-like growths started sprouting from his hands and feet, making it impossible to do anything except scratch his neck. The 27-year-old was dubbed Tree Man by the international media and is one of only 4 people in the world to ever be diagnosed with the disease. Doctors in Dhaka offered to treat him free of charge and moved him and his family to the hospital last February to begin the first of many surgeries. 16 operations later, doctors have removed 11 pounds of growth and restored Tree Man's hands. He'll still need a few more surgeries to pretty up his digits, but now he can at least eat, write, and hold his daughter.
Rare genetic skin disease afflicts Brazilian village. The largest single group of people suffering from a genetic disease known as xeroderma pigmentosum, or XP, live in Araras in central Brazil, where their skin rapidly breaks down under the tropical sun. The disease places an enormous burden on this community, as it relies on farming and outdoor work to survive. UV rays can penetrate the skin's thick epidermis to reach inner skin cells. While most individuals can naturally recover from exposure to sunlight, people born with XP do not have the ability to repair UV damage. Those afflicted with the skin disorder are highly sensitive to UV rays and are prone to developing freckles and small lumps at a young age. Many eventually die from skin tumors. The village was founded by just a few families in which several members were carriers of the disease. Researchers say that the geographic isolation of the region made marriages between cousins common, greatly increasing the incidence of XP.
Teen born with birthmarks loves her skin and ignores the haters. A North Carolina teen born with rare birthmarks has gotten over years of bullying and learned to embrace her uniqueness. Sierra Swearingen has a rare skin condition called giant congenital melanocytic nevus, which causes moles to form in clusters covering 70% of her skin. The condition affects only 1 in every 500,000 births. Swearingen said she heard the cruelest names growing up, but over time she learned to brush off the negative comments and to love herself. She realized that most people say cruel things to her because they're not used to seeing someone with her skin condition. The 19-year-old told Hotspot Media a boy in a school bus once called her Spotty Dog. She should have slapped him. Swearingen said she's lucky to live in a small town where people don't bat an eye at her because they know her. If she goes somewhere else, it's not so easy. Her birthmarks cannot be surgically removed because there are far too many. They are growing and she gets new ones, but they are not life-threatening. However, Swearingen must take special care under the sun as she has a higher risk of developing melanoma, the most dangerous type of skin cancer. Swearingen hopes to attend a nevus outreach conference in the future so she can meet other people with her condition in person.
5-year-old boy almost loses all his skin and his life. Ever heard of staphylococcal scalded skin syndrome? No surprise if you haven't. It's a rare bacterial infection that unfortunately attacked a 5-year-old boy in the UK this year, named Ben Thomas. Doctors misdiagnosed him twice. Once with tonsillitis and then again with a severe allergy to antibiotics. When the ward doctor making morning rounds finally recognized the rare infection, It was already too late, and Ben had to spend 3 weeks in an intensive care burn ward as he had lost over 99% of his skin. The bacteria releases a toxin that causes the outer epidermis to die and shed, leaving raw, exposed skin. Children are particularly susceptible as their immune systems are not fully developed, and reduced kidney function can also increase chances of becoming infected. The disease can be cured with oral antibiotics. Unfortunately, because Ben was misdiagnosed with having an allergic reaction to antibiotics, he was taken off of them for over 18 hours, which led to the bacteria spreading into his bloodstream and throughout his entire body. Victims can die of secondary infections or dehydration as fluids and electrolytes are lost as the skin falls away. Thankfully, after 3 weeks of treatment, Ben is recovering. He will be left scarred and has some difficulties with mobility as his new skin is still too tight, but his mom says she's happy to finally be able to hug and comfort her little boy. Community ostracizes woman with rare and gross skin disease. Pat Sherman, a 50-year-old woman living in Arizona, suffers from severe psoriasis. The disease, which some experts suspect may be genetic, is a rare skin disease that causes the skin to develop thick red welts and cover itself in rough silvery scales that look like tree bark. This is because the sufferer's immune system sends out faulty signals that causes an overproduction of new skin cells. There's no cure for the disease, although it can be managed with various creams and medications. Pat Sherman's psoriasis is so severe, it's not really manageable. The 50-year-old woman has even been thrown out of libraries because other people complained she was leaving skin flakes on the computers. The authorities told her she must bring a doctor's note if she wants to go back. Pat was also asked to leave when she tried to go for a dip in the public pool. And many restaurants and shops have also thrown her out, banned her, and just asked her to stay the hell away from them because they're all afraid she's contagious. Pat says she tries to keep her skin moisturized and is most terrified of the scaly patches covering her face. Despite her efforts, though, she often has cracked and bleeding sores at the end of each day. It's just some of the reasons Pat seldom goes out anymore, although she still maintains hope that someday people will stop seeing her as a hybrid tree monster and just appreciate her as a person instead.